stop treating his embrace like a parking spot where you just shut off your engine and go to sleep. Because I am telling you right now that the way you cuddle is the difference between him thinking you are a nice girl he hung out with and him realizing you are the woman he cannot survive without. Listen to me, because this is where most people get it twisted. They think intimacy is just about the fireworks and the home run. But the real game is played in the quiet moments, in the stillness where your guard is down and his armor is off. You have to understand the male brain for a second here, because we are simple creatures, but we are also deeply guarded. When a man lets you into his personal space, when he invites you to lay down defenses and just exist with him, he is handing you the keys to his emotional kingdom, and most of you are just dropping those keys in the couch cushions. Cuddling is not passive. It is an active form of communication. It is a dialogue that happens without a single word being spoken. When I talk about high-value behaviors, I am usually talking about what you say on a date or how you handle a text. But today we are going into the nitty-gritty of physical closeness. You want to know how to cuddle in a way that makes him addicted? It starts before you even touch. It starts with the energy you bring into that room. If you come in with needy energy, if you come in looking for validation, like a heat-seeking missile, he is going to feel that and he's going to tense up. He might hold you, but he won't be present. The first step is to be completely comfortable in your own skin, to be a woman who wants his touch but does not need it to breathe. That creates a magnetic pull. Imagine you are sitting on the couch and maybe a movie is playing. Do not just flop onto him like a wet noodle. You want to initiate with intention. You want to slide into his space with a confidence that says, I am choosing to be here. Connect with his shoulder first. That is the safe zone. It is strong, it is masculine, and it is non-threatening. When you rest your head there, do not just leave it. Give a little nuzzle. A tiny movement that says, I feel safe here. This triggers his hero instinct. I talk about the hero instinct all the time in regards to solving problems, but it applies to physical touch too. He wants to feel like he is protecting you. He wants to feel like his body is a shield that keeps the world away from you. So when you settle in, let out a breath. I mean, a real audible exhale. That sound is a signal to his primitive brain that you have let go of your stress because of him. It tells him that he is your sanctuary. And when a man feels like he's your sanctuary, he never wants to leave that role because it makes him feel 10 feet tall. Now let's talk about the hands, because I see so many women who do not know what to do with their hands. So they just clamp them on his side or let them hang there. Your hands are your magic wands. You need to be mapping his territory. Light touches. I am talking feather light. Run your fingertips down the inside of his arm. That area is loaded with nerve endings, and it is incredibly intimate without being overtly aggressive. It is teasing. It is playful. It is saying, I know this body and I appreciate it. Keep the movement slow. Fast movement is anxious. Slow movement is confident. Slow movement creates tension, and tension is what keeps the spark alive. Think about the difference between a quick pat on the back and a slow, deliberate stroke down the spine. One says, good job, buddy. The other says, I am yours. You want to be the latter. Do not be afraid to be the little spoon, but do it with agency. Back into him. Press your back against his chest and feel his heartbeat. This is a power position because you are trusting him to watch your back, but you are also controlling the proximity. Grab his arm and wrap it around you. Pull it tight. Show him exactly how close you want him. Men love direction, even in cuddling. If you want him tighter, pull him tighter. If you want his hand somewhere specific, guide it there. Do not wait for him to guess, because he might guess wrong. And then the moment is gone. You are teaching him how to love you. You are giving him the blueprint to your body and your comfort. And here is a secret weapon that almost nobody uses. The pullback. I know it sounds counterintuitive because we are talking about cuddling, but stay with me. When you are in that deep embrace and everything feels amazing, pull away just a couple of inches. Look him in the eyes, smile, and then move back in. That tiny separation creates a vacuum. It makes him chase you even if it is just for 2 inches. It reminds him that you are a separate entity, that you are a prize, to be held not just a permanent fixture attached to his ribcage. It keeps the dynamic alive. It keeps the chase active even when you are lying horizontal. You have to understand that intimacy is a dance of energy. If you are pouring 100% of the energy into him, he is going to drown. You need to hold a little bit back. You need to keep a little mystery, even in the way you snuggle. Maybe you trace a shape on his chest and he wonders what you are thinking. Maybe you hum a little tune. Keep him guessing. Keep him engaged. This is how you turn a lazy Sunday afternoon on the sofa into a memory that he replays in his head when he's stuck in traffic on a Tuesday. You are creating an anchor, a sensory anchor. The smell of your hair, the feel of your skin, the sound of your breath. You are wiring his brain to associate peace and pleasure with your presence. And that, my friends, is how you get a guy to not just want you, but to need you. But we are just scratching the surface here, because the mechanics of how you move and how you fit together are where the real magic happens. And that is what we need to get into next, because if you get the mechanics wrong, you can kill the vibe faster than a phone ringing in a movie theater. Now that we have established the mental framework and the approach, we have to talk about the geometry of intimacy, because two bodies trying to occupy the same space can either be a beautiful symphony or a clumsy wrestling match, and you want to be the conductor of the symphony. Let's talk about the positions, not in a technical way, but in an emotional way. There is the classic chest rest. This is where you are lying on your side and your head is on his chest. This is the holy grail of connection. Why? Because you are listening to his life source. You are hearing his heartbeat. But here is the trick. Do not just lie there like a sandbag. You have to engage your core slightly. You have to drape your leg over his. This is crucial. The leg drape is the seal on the deal. It locks you together. It says we are intertwined. It is possessive in the best possible way. When you do this, run your hand up his shirt just a little bit. Skin on skin contact is potent. It releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. You want to flood his system with that chemical. You want him to be drunk on the feeling of you. Then there is the face-to-face. This is high-stakes cuddling. This is for when you want to look into his soul. It can be intense, so you have to calibrate it. If he seems overwhelmed, bury your face in his neck. The neck is a vulnerability point for men. It is a primal spot. If you nuzzle his neck with your nose, if you breathe warm air right there, you are bypassing his logic and going straight to his instincts. It drives men wild. And do not forget the scalp. If you have his head in your lap, or if you can reach his hair, use your nails gently. A light scratch on the scalp is one of the most relaxing things you can do for a guy. It sends shivers down the spine. It makes him feel like a pampered lion. He will purr. I promise you, he will purr. It is about taking care of him in a way that his buddies do not and his boss does not. You are the only person in his world who gets to touch him like this. Honor that privilege. Use it to deepen the bond. Now let's address the dead arm situation, because nothing kills a romantic moment like cutting off someone's circulation. If you feel him shifting or wincing move, be attuned to his body. If he needs to adjust, do not take it as a rejection. Take it as an opportunity to find a new, better position, make a game of it, roll over, switch sides, be fluid. The best cuddlers are like water. They fit into whatever space is available. And speaking of fluid, let's talk about the unspoken language of the hips. Even when you are just lying there can be a subtle pressure, a tiny push. It creates a friction that reminds him that you are a woman and he is a man. It keeps the biological tension simmering under the surface of the comfort. You do not want to be just a teddy bear. You want to be a woman he is holding. There is a difference. A teddy bear is safe. A woman is exciting. Keep that line blurry. Shift your weight. Stretch your body out like a cat. That arch in your back, even when you are lying down, signals vitality. It signals health. It signals attraction. He will notice it on a subconscious level. And let's not ignore the power of silence. In the beginning, I said cuddling is a dialogue, but sometimes the most powerful things are said when nobody is talking. Do not feel the need to fill the air with chatter. If you are constantly talking about your day or asking him what he is thinking, you are pulling him out of the sensory experience and back into his analytical brain. You want him in his feeling brain. You want him out of his head and into his body. So let the silence hang there. Let it be heavy and sweet. If you must speak, make it a whisper. A whisper is intimate. It requires him to lean in. It requires him to focus entirely on you. Tell him he feels good. Tell him he smells good. Positive reinforcement is the key to training a man to treat you right. If you tell him, I love how safe I feel in your arms, guess what he is going to do? He is going to hold you tighter. He is going to make it his mission to make you feel safe. You are giving him a job description, and he will want to earn the Employee of the Month award. I also want you to think about the temperature. If it is cold, use that. Burrow into him for warmth. Tell him you are freezing. It gives him a practical reason to wrap you up. It makes his body heat a resource that you need. It triggers that provider instinct again. If it is hot, maybe you just touch fingertips or entwine your legs while lying apart. That can be even more intimate because it is a lifeline across the distance. It says, even when we are not wrapped up, I still need to be connected to you. I still need to know you are there. It is about intention. It is about making every point of contact mean something. Do not just touch him out of habit. Touch him because you cannot help yourself. He will feel the difference. He will feel the hunger in your touch. And that hunger is the most flattering thing in the world to a man. It validates his desirability. And when a man feels desired, he becomes more attentive. He becomes more affectionate. It is a positive feedback loop. You give him affection. He feels like a king. He treats you like a queen. You feel safe. You give him more affection. It is a beautiful cycle, but you have to be the one to kickstart it. You have to be the one brave enough to initiate that level of closeness. And remember, this is not about performance. It is not about doing the perfect move. It is about present. If you are thinking about your grocery list while you are in his arms, he will know. If you are worrying about whether your hair looks good, he will know. You have to drop in. You have to be 100% there. Feel the texture of his shirt. Feel the rhythm of his breathing. Match your breathing to his. This is a technique called mirroring, and it creates a profound sense of rapport. When your breaths are synchronized, your heart rates tend to synchronize. You literally become one functional unit. That is the definition of intimacy. That is where the deep emotional bonding happens. That is where you go from being a girl he likes to the woman he loves. But how do you end it? How do you transition out of this bubble without popping it? That is the final piece of the puzzle, because how you leave the interaction determines how he remembers it. We are in the home stretch now. And this is the part where you seal the memory in his mind forever. You have created the connection. You have mastered the mechanics. And now you are in this blissed out state of oneness. But life has to go on. You have to get up. You have to go home, or he has to go to work, or maybe you just need to go to sleep. How you exit the cuddle is just as important as how you entered it. Do not just jump up like a toast popping out of a toaster. That jars the nervous system. It breaks the spell. You want to peel away slowly. It should be reluctant. You want your body language to say, I have to go, but I really, really do not want to. Unwrap your arm slowly. Let your hand trail down his chest as you sit up. Look back at him. Give him that look. You know the one that says, you are the best thing that happened to me today. That look is the period at the end of the sentence. It frames the entire experience. And here is where you use your words carefully. Do not immediately start talking about logistics. Do not say, okay, what are we doing for dinner? Stay in the emotion for a minute longer. Say something like, I really needed that. Or simply, I do not want to move. This validates the time you just spent. It tells him that it was not just sitting around. It was a recharging station for your soul. If you are staying the night, the transition to sleep is the ultimate cuddle. This is where you have to balance intimacy with comfort, because let's be real, nobody can sleep while being crushed. This is where the butt-to-butt cuddle comes in handy. It sounds funny, but it is practical. You turn away from each other so you can breathe and have your own space, but you keep your lower backs or bottoms touching. It is a point of contact that says, I am still here. I am still with you, but I am going to let you sleep. It is respectful of his rest while maintaining the bond. Or maybe you play footsie under the covers. Just a constant reminder of presence. If you are leaving, if you have to go home, this is your opportunity to leave him wanting more. Stand up, fix your clothes, but leave a piece of you behind. Not literally, do not leave your earring. I mean, leave an emotional imprint. Lean down and kiss his forehead. It is such a tender, maternal, almost angelic gesture. It is different from a make-out kiss. It says, I care about your well-being. Then give him a quick peck on the lips and say, I will see you soon. And then walk away. Do not look back 5 times. Walk away with confidence. Let him watch you leave. Let him see you walking out of his space and feeling the emptiness return. That emptiness is your friend. That empty space is where his desire grows. He needs to miss you. He cannot miss you if you are always on top of him. You gave him the dose of the drug. Now you have to take it away, so he craves the next hit. It is basic psychology. We value what is scarce. We value what we have to earn. By giving him an amazing, intimate experience and then removing your presence, you are creating a high-value loop. He sits there in the quiet. and his brain starts processing. He thinks, wow, she feels amazing. He thinks she smells so good. He thinks I feel so relaxed around her. And then he thinks, when can I see her again? That is the question you want ringing in his head. And do not go home and immediately text him a novel. Give him space to process. Let him be the one to text you and say, I had a great time. And when he does, you reply with something short and sweet. Me too. I slept like a baby afterwards. It reinforces that he had a positive effect on you. Men need to know they affect you. If he thinks he has no impact on you, he will lose interest. You have to show him that his touch, his presence, his cuddle changes your state. That is the greatest compliment you can give a man. It is not about telling him he is handsome. It is about showing him he is powerful. Powerful enough to make you relax. Powerful enough to make you feel safe. Powerful enough to make the world stop for a few minutes. So do not underestimate the power of a cuddle. It is not just snuggling. It is a negotiation of affection. It is a statement of worth. It is a chemical warfare in the best possible way. You are releasing dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. You are creating a cocktail of love in his brain. And if you do it right, if you do it with confidence, with intention, with playfulness, and with vulnerability, you will not just be a girl he cuddles with. You will be the woman he cannot sleep without. You will be the home he comes back to. And that is what we are all looking for, right? We are not looking for a body to keep us warm. We are looking for a home in another person. So go out there and build that home one cuddle at a time. But build it with standards, build it with self-respect, build it like a high-value woman who knows exactly what she brings to the table and is not afraid to take it away if it is not appreciated. But when it is appreciated, when he leans into it, pour it on. Love hard, cuddle hard, make him feel it in his bones. That is how you get the guy, and that is how you keep him. Now, go make it happen. I need you to stop consuming this content like it is entertainment, because this is not Netflix. This is your actual love life on the line. And I'm telling you right now that passive consumption is the enemy of progress. So if you walk away from this speech and you go right back to stiff, awkward hugs or waiting for him to make very first move, then you have wasted your time and you are going to stay stuck in that gray area where he kind of likes you. But he is not absolutely obsessed with you. I want you to take this blueprint I just gave you, and I want you to treat it like a mission. I want you to pick just one of these techniques, whether it is the audible exhale that triggers his hero instinct or the confident pullback that creates that magnetic vacuum. And I want you to execute it with the swagger of a woman who knows she is the prize, because the moment you stop waiting for permission and start directing the intimacy is the moment you shift the power dynamic forever. But listen to me closely, because this is crucial. The cuddling is just one piece of the puzzle. It is just one layer of the complex game of attraction. And if you want to master the rest of it, if you want to know what to say when he pulls away or how to text him so he literally cannot focus at work, or how to handle the first fight without losing your dignity, then you cannot afford to miss what I have coming up next. I am dropping videos every single week that give you the exact script and the psychological hacks to decode the male brain. And if you are not subscribed, you are literally handing the advantage to other women who are doing the work while you are sitting on the sidelines guessing. So do not just be a tourist on this channel. I want